What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Cuspide Insurance. My name is Carlos. I'm a licensed life and health insurance agent, and today we are going to talk about health insurance for single moms. Let's get into it. All right, so this video is for all the single moms out there. Your job is already hard enough. You don't want to deal with friggin' insurance on top of that. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about health insurance for the single moms. You know, your coverage options, what are your best plans, if you qualify for free plans, you know, what can you do. So let's talk about it. So when you're talking about health coverage, there's going to be four types pretty much. Number one is the Affordable Care Act, so regular health insurance, the Obamacare, what everybody gets. That's one way. Number two is Medicaid, but obviously you need to qualify and there's certain limits, you know, low income and stuff. Number three is CHIP, Children's Health Insurance Program, just for children. Sometimes you can get into it, but usually not. And number four is your employee. So if you're employed and they offer you health insurance, and that's another thing you could do, but you got to ask your insurer, your employer, I mean, if they accept or if they even do that at all. Because if you work for yourself, then that doesn't exist. So number one, let's talk about the ACA. The ACA has a lot of affordable plans, and now it's based on income. So the lower you make, the lower income you have, the more tax credit you're going to get, which means the cheaper your plan is going to be. So most likely everybody qualifies for some type of subsidized, so some type of premium tax credit a month. So again, the more you make, the less credit you're going to get. You're still going to receive, but way less than someone who's making much less than you yearly. So when it comes to single moms, it's usually going to be, you know, a single mom with two of her kids or one of her kids, however many dependents you have. So let's talk about dependents because it is very important. Everything here that we talk about is based on your taxes. So for example, you're a single mom and you have two kids, right? But those two kids, you don't claim them as dependent. You know, their father claims them as dependent. So when you go on the healthcare.gov and you try and call an insurance agent or whatever to try and get an application done, you're going to apply by yourself, because since you're not claiming them as a dependent legally on your taxes, then you cannot add them as a dependent on your health insurance application. And this is important because dependents actually save you money on your plan. So if you're applying by yourself versus if you're applying by yourself and your kids, even if they're not getting coverage, but they're in the application as your dependents, you're going to save a lot of money on monthly premiums. So you're going to get way more tax credit monthly because you have more dependents. So you have more expenses at the end of the year. So they're going to give you more help. So really, if you are trying to get an ACA plan or you're trying to get coverage, then I suggest you look at your adjusted gross income and you look at who you're going to claim as the dependents. If you are going to claim your child or children as a dependent, make sure that you keep that in mind. So if they're not a dependent, you cannot add them in the application. Number two is Medicaid. Now I quickly want to go over all of them because this video is a focus on, you know, the Obamacare. So Medicaid, obviously you got to check and call them. Some people get denied Medicaid and they get canceled, which means that you will qualify for the special enrollment period for Obamacare. So keep that in mind as well. If you had denied Medicaid or if you got it canceled for whatever reason, you can apply for Obamacare at any time of the year. Number three is CHIP, Children's Health Insurance Program. That's just for your children. You can check it to see if you qualify, but obviously you want to get coverage as well, just not for your kids. You want to be in there too. So that's why I think out of all of these four, the best is the Affordable Care Act. And number four is your employer. You know, if you work for yourself, that doesn't exist. And if you work for a company, but they don't offer that, then that's out of the window as well. But just know that those are your main four options. So back again to the ACA, I think this will be your best choice, just simply because you have more flexibility and more freedom, but you obviously have to qualify in terms of income. So up on the screen here is the income brackets. You can see that for a single mom, let's say that you do have one dependent, you only have one child, it's going to be minimum for two people, $19,720 a year. So the minimum you must make in order to qualify for subsidized and to qualify for the Affordable Care Act is $19,720. And the other good thing, obviously, inside the Obamacare, there's many different health insurance companies. So all of which have different plans and prices. You have EPOs and HMOs. EPOs, you don't need a referral to see a specialist. So if that's something that interests you, then you might want to go that way. And then you have tiers. Bronze are the cheapest, and silvers are the most common because they have extra cost savings. So they're usually going to be, in some, depending on the income, it's actually going to be way cheaper and a much better option than the bronze. But generally, the bronzes are the cheapest. Then gold and platinum are a little more costly, but you pay less when you do decide to get checked up or go to the doctor or get a surgery, whatever. So there's different options. But what I do suggest for all the single moms watching right now is check out the article that I have posted in the description there. And in the first comment that you see on the video here is going to have a link to an article that goes completely in depth to what I'm talking about right now, which is health insurance for single moms. I highly suggest you give that a read. And when you're done, if you live in any of these states on the screen, just simply give a call to 305-970-8583 and you'll speak directly with me. I can help you and your children out to get the coverage that you need. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, make sure to check out the article in the description, in the comment section. Highly suggest you read that. There's a lot of juicy information there that you must know about. So thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.